Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy this video and I hope you get a chance to quietly reflect on your own because I've been working at doing that more and more each day. So yesterday was my birthday. So today is the day after my birthday and I finally turned 27 and I'm to the age where I'm like, I don't know how old I am, so I have to take a little bit to think of it. You know what I mean. It was truly an amazing day yesterday. Not because of presents and gifts and smiles, but because I realized that it's the beginning of truly taking the time out of my day, and I hope that you can spend time out of your day to truly reflect on the joy and the blessings from other people. The popular saying, when you get older, you get wiser. But I know that that saying is really, the older you get, the more developed your prefrontal cortex is. So the more you are to pay attention to the little things, and well, I would say remember, but some of us have a TBI, and I tend to forget things. So anyway, that thing is very true. And the absolute crazy part of trying to make this YouTube video is that yesterday, every time I tried to make a YouTube video, my microphone, which I hope you can hear me now. Do you hear me now? You hear me now? Do you hear me now? You know, the old AT&T commercial, I'm funny. No, I'm not. I'm just corny with my old people jokes. But I kept trying to make a YouTube video, and my microphone wasn't working. I kept trying. Like, I took 3 to 4 videos, and it was nothing. So, I went to my Bible group, which was meeting on FaceTime, and I realized that through that FaceTime and the Bible group, what we were supposed to be talking about was all about patience. And that's one thing that I know that I have to learn a lot of. I used to joke with all my therapists that the I in TBI stood for impatient because I am very impatient. Very impatient. I remember when I did a maze, because they give mazes to people with brain injuries or brain anything like dementia, Alzheimer's, and to make you see if you can stay in lines and get to the end. And this maze that I did in therapy, the end of the maze was cash. So I just drew a straight line to the cash, circled it, and said, found it. And my therapist, God bless her, she did not laugh because she knew that it was a teaching moment, but she chuckled a little bit, and I appreciated that because sitting there and being like, I don't know how to get around these lines. I'll just do it and circle it. Say I found it, and then I did. So anyway, so as funny as that is, that's how impatient I am. That just shows how impatient I am. I do not have patience whatsoever. And out of all ironies, my Bible group that day, yesterday, was talking about patience, specifically when Mary and Joseph, with the birth of Jesus and onward, was referencing patience. And I realized that's what I needed yesterday. I just needed patience instead of retaking the video. And then later, my husband Ashton said, well, why didn't you do a check 1, 2, mic check? I was like, I never thought of that, never did that. And I did do that today, so I know that you can hear me. So anyway, so I did that. And I'm so glad that I went to the Bob group. And I realized in that Bob group, one of the first times I openly talked about with people my age, my personal experience with God and with the car crash I went through. So for those that do not know, I endured a car crash at 109 miles per hour on April 29th, 2022. So I am almost to my 3-year mark of recovery, but I still not there yet. Yet is the key word. However, there were some things that I really was able to reflect on and I talked about with them. For starters, I am very, very, very grateful that I was the one that was hit. I was turning out of the school that I work and coach at, that I taught and coached at, and before I turned, there was a little bit of an incline, so the detectives on the case could tell that I could not see him driving 109 miles per hour, which, fun fact, you can travel over the course of 2 football fields within that time. So I turned my head and checked. Within 2 seconds, turned my head, checked, and it was clear. And then I went. 2 seconds went by, then I got hit because I couldn't see him. And from that car crash, 2.5 years later, here I am. Can you tell that I've been in a car crash? Maybe some not. That's okay. I am so glad that I was the one that was hit, though. Here's a few reasons why. I was about to go through a very busy intersection that was called Pershing and Water Street. That very busy intersection, that could have been a family, that could have been someone else's life, that could have been potentially lost or potentially gone through the same things I did. And onward. So anyway, I know that because of that car crash, I was very grateful that I was the one that was hit. Number one, I am not angry. Number two, I viewed age differently, especially yesterday was my birthday, so I view age differently. Number three, I'm glad he hit me and not someone else. Number four, I feel that I am much closer to God than I ever was before. And finally, number five, I'm glad that I serve as God's instrument and showed the power of unison in the community. End of story. It has taken me over 2 years to get to this point. Truly believe this. To truly believe all of us. I have no hatred, no anger, no resentment. The situation brought me much closer to God, so I can see the glory in God and I can serve as His instrument. Now, there are times that I'm angry that I'm His instrument, but most times I'm glad that I get to serve as God's instrument. Thank you for watching. Bye, guys.